not possible. It's not possible in any shelter situation. And we strive to be there as often as we can. I mean, my wife, we have a young son, you know, and my wife's got a medical condition, so she can't do all the physical work, so it's limited to myself. You know, trying to be there after work, which is where the 10 midnight hours come from. There is nothing that we've seen that says when those hours had to be, just that we had to have them, which is something that we highly dispute because we don't take in lost animals from the public. We get owner surrenders and transfers from other organizations. You know, so to require us to know that we're going to be there 2 hours every day to deal with that, it's not really, you know, it's just one of many regulations and issues that we've had from the beginning, trying to deal with the health department and trying to work with them on these things. So, I mean, we put in a lot of time at the building. When we do take care of the animals, in our opinion, very well. You know, do we do it to the standard that the health department is requiring? Obviously, they don't feel that we are. What we do follow is the guidelines under the USDA for the Animal Welfare Act and their guidelines for rabbits and other small animals, which do require they mandate we feel what's a more appropriate standard of care than the health department, which would be not only burdensome cost-wise for an operation where you know, most of the operating funds come out of our pockets, you know, and you know, there's a lot of issues and a lot of things that would be impossible for any small organization that's not receiving government money to deal with, especially in the facility that we're in. I mean, honestly, it's a garage, and you know, we had to put in a lot of work to get it cleaned up and working, you know, for our purpose. And you know, we do what we can. I mean, you know, we're hoping that the board would recognize that.
You know, you do recognize that the Board of Health does have jurisdiction over your facility at this point.